Happy New Year, crew. Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year, crypto warriors. Before we get started, as always, going to cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on our black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
Again, y'all, happy New Year, crew. Happy New Year, crypto warriors. Let's get at it. Brand new year, brand new us, right? Let's get it. Fake denial drops BTC below 42K. Will fall further. Saylor sells MicroStrategy stock. Okay. Try saying that 3 times fast. And let's see let's see what that means. Like, what does that mean? Saylor selling MicroStrategy. And the next IT sector. Okay. This is kind of an open topic as far as the next IT sector goes. I want to kind of hear from you. I've already bandied about for the last month the next IT sector in my mind. So want to know what's the next one in your mind, and we can debate and talk about it. So let me share the screen here. Boom. Okay. So fake ETF news. Okay. Fake denial news. So according to Cointelegraph, right? Bitcoin ETF denial. Let me make sure I'm not spiking here. Feels like I am. Fake ETF denial. Okay, that's better. Okay, fake ETF denial report did not cause 8% BTC crash, according to analysis. And of course, they use the number 42 because 42 is linked to Saturn. We've been over that many times on here in the gematria. According to gematria, 42 is one of the numbers that's linked to Saturn. That's why we have 21,000 or 21 million Bitcoin. 21 times 2 is 42. But yeah, a report claiming that the SEC will reject the spot ETF is not what is behind the crash. Everyone says that was what was behind the crash. So, take it as you will. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But the bottom line is Bitcoin dropped down to like about 40K. Okay. And the report really just said, from a political perspective, there is no reason to approve a Bitcoin spot ETF that would legitimize Bitcoin as an alternative store of value. Which, if you've been paying attention and you've been paying attention to all the news that we've brought on this episode, whoever's saying this, I don't know who, and I don't even care to see who was saying this. They're so behind times. They're in like 2020. They're like in 2010 right now. Okay. There's so many things popping up around Bitcoin in the crypto market as far as Bitcoin layer 2s, things, the BRC20s. There are companies publicly traded that deal in nothing but Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is one, which we're going to talk about. CleanSpark, so many other companies. Bhutan, an entire country, was secretly mining Bitcoin. Whoever has this perspective, excuse me, whoever has this perspective is absolutely like I don't want to say stupid, but I'm close to saying stupid. Like, they're just like completely behind times. Like, they're talking about like they're really behind times if they have this perspective. So I know a lot of you might be new to crypto, and when you see something like this could jar you. But again, if you've been paying attention to my channel and a few other channels, shout out to Crypto Blood, shout out to Cryptovisor, shout out to Gentleman of Crypto, of course. Shout out to Trek with 2Ks, shout out to Crypto and Down, shout out to Stacks. Did I cover everybody? Shout out to Simon Family Investments. If you've been watching shows like that, you know that this is a behind the time statement, okay? What's up, Crypto in Focus? Shout out to our moderator, E. Yeah, if you've been watching International Passport, see my guy, Crypto in Focus over there in the International Passport DMs. Shout out to anybody who goes over to IP's channel. Shout out to my guy, IP. He mentions crypto almost every Passport Bro channel, almost every Passport Bro stream he uses now. He says now, and I'm happy to be a part of making crypto not scary for him. That really meant a lot to me. So yeah. Bottom line, we saw Bitcoin fall all the way down to 40. Let's bring it up. I was up here looking at this LCX chart. If we come over here and look at Bitcoin right quick. Let me go ahead and hide that for OCD people. Oh my God. Sorry, the mouse. So it dropped like almost perfectly down to this line we have here. I don't know why I put this line here, but that's exactly where it dropped to. So it dropped almost perfectly to 40.7. Then came back up to wherever it is now, which is 42.7. Okay. So yeah, you can see here it was a little hot on the 4-hour chart. So nice little drop there. And if you were to ask me, is it going to drop more? I really don't think so. I'm still of the opinion that before the halving, we see at least the all-time high, close to the all-time high, or higher than the all-time high. Okay. I really strongly believe that, because everybody is feeling crash. Like everybody is feeling crash. And it just, like I showed you guys before, I really see this W pattern on the weekly chart. And, if you look at the weekly chart, it seems like we've been bullish since like Sam Bankman-Fried, basically. Since the whole Sammy Bankman-Fried fiasco, we've been bullish as all daylights, right? And when we're at 15, right, people are like, oh, it's going to fall more. Which, again, looks eerily similar to the last halving, right? This same W pattern. So we're like right around here. If you look at this as a W pattern, we're like right around here, right? And sure enough, in that W pattern, you see a little pullback, almost a third of the way up, right? Same here. So now we're about to hit that second leg, right? That second leg is probably going to take us to 60 or close to over it, right? I really firmly believe that, okay, guys. But we shall see. Oh my God. Okay, sorry guys. This is just not working out for me. Here, okay, yeah. So firmly, I believe that. It looks just like this leg here. And it looks like we're gonna hit that second leg. And I think that second leg will take us somewhere to the 71-ish area before, like right before the halving. Okay. That's where I think we're at. But now let's go ahead and look at the RSI and all of that. You can say, okay, it did cool back down to the weekly RSI. It came to the top here. So maybe we see a little bit more falling for it to go even higher. But so yeah, so on the weekly, maybe we see a little bit more to get into that reddish area a little bit. But I think ultimately what we see is the break over that 71 before the halving. Yeah, so yeah, you could probably, a person could probably argue, hey, we need to get now into a little bit of the red here on the Wyckoff chart. Somebody could make that argument. Maybe, but looking at the whole W pattern, I sincerely doubt it. I think we're on our way to continuing up there. Let's see what we got in the chat before we continue. Ace, we'll be back to 32K very soon. Richard Judge, shout out to Richard Judge and his channel. BTC has a lot of money invested worldwide, 100%, I believe, and that's a good thing to keep in mind too, that we got other countries talking ETFs, guys. Like that's just a really stellar thing to keep in mind there. Missed some comments up here. Oh, missed a ton of comments. Okay, what's up, Stan? Any opinion on Nomic in the Cosmo ecosystem? Happy New Year. I do not know about Nomic, but I'll check it out. I'll make sure to pin that so I can go look at it. Man, I've been trying to inbox for contact on you for a month on the Patreon. I need to learn how to get coins on foreign exchanges, MXC, Bitmart, and KuCoin. Yeah, for your soul, Nance. We can see what we can do about that. Yeah. Also, you can inbox me on Twitter. I think it's Twitter at BlackRoo. I'm at BlackRoo most places, or BlackRoo 2000, one of the two. Yeah, it's generally, and I can kind of answer this question right now. Generally, if you can have access to Bitmart and Mexi, what I do is I take money from Coinbase and I send it over to one of these platforms through Algorand. Algorand is usually the cheapest, fastest, and most effective way to do it. You can't use KuCoin. You can't trade on that. I've seen some people do it through a VPN. But some people have not had luck doing that way. Some people haven't, but Bitmart and MXC, you may be able to do it that way. But yeah, definitely inbox me. I don't know why everyone thinks an ETF approval is such a bullish thing. It's nothing but to get wrecked retail traders again. People are so lost thinking that ETF approval means up only. Well, this is my thought with that, Ace, is like we don't know exactly how the rules and particulars of that work. But here's the thought with that. The thought is that institutions cannot spend other people's money on Bitcoin. For whatever reason, they're legally regulated, so they cannot do it. However, if this ETF filing happens, you get now all of this institutional money that has to buy Bitcoin. So if they're buying Bitcoin for the spot, they have to buy it for the spot ETF. And if we're talking like other things, other places like Vanguard will make like index, a spot ETF index, and they'll have to purchase they can use everybody's retirement money to purchase Bitcoin that way. So I'm believing that's why people were thinking that it's up only, because all of that institutional money is going to convert into Bitcoin. That's the thought there. The thought is that the ETFs aren't priced in because they can't be priced in, because legally they can't buy the Bitcoin yet for the spot ETFs. That's the thought. That's the thought. Now, yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. That is the thought. BTC will not reach a new all-time high in 2024. Whoa, some big news there, Ace. I honestly think it will. I really do think it will. I think we're like again, like coming back to this picture here, or this chart here. If this part, like last bull run, last halving, we were like almost like what when we got to this point, we were already like a fourth of the way through a halving, right? Saying the bull run started early here, we could already be a fourth of the way through a bull run. Shout out to my guy Deuce Crypto. I heard him say that, and I was like, you know what? We could be a fourth of a way through a bull run. You might actually be right about that. But again, I always kind of like try to like go back to precedent. When people were back here and people were thinking here in 2019, right? We were thinking, oh man, it took so long after the halving for Bitcoin to go bullish, right? People were thinking they had a long time to wait over here. All through like 2019, 2018, 2019, 2020, people thought they had a long time to wait for Bitcoin to go bullish. And it happened in 6 months, right? Boom. Like just boom. So again, we're coming up to this next halving. I think it happened even 6 months earlier, or you could say 12 months earlier, 9 months earlier, right? We're already bullish and we haven't reached the halving. So it happened even earlier this time, just like last time. Okay. I think this is par for the course. I think this is the chart. This is what the chart showed us last time. So I think we hit that new high even faster than before. Because at this point, this was a new high in Bitcoin right here, I believe, right? Yeah. At this point, this was a new high right after the halving. So I think we reached that new high by April. I'm kind of standing on it, or like either new high or very, very close to it, like 65, like, you know, like really, really close. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty much standing on that. But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting if we don't reach it in 2024. I doubt it. Because if, again, like I just said here, if they get the ETF approval, they didn't have to buy spot ETF with institutional money. So that's the crazy part. Nothing with FOMO that will wreck retail. And I think a lot of people are going to be caught flat-footed, kind of like they were back here. Like people were flat-footed by the fact that Bitcoin just kept going up and up and up and up. Like everybody thought they had more time. I remember that distinctly. And I don't know if you were in the market at that time, Ace. I think I don't know if you were or not, but everybody did not expect that it was going to go so bullish so fast. And I think the same thing, we're in for a repeat here of the same thing. I don't think that I think most people will not be expecting that Bitcoin gets to 65 or 70-ish before the halving. I think people will be just baffled by that. Not us, though. Not us. Let's keep in here. When I saw the liquidations this morning, I knew the ETF would get approved. Crypto focus. Yep. And apparently, Waters Above. Shout out. I was watching Crypto Blood's channel this morning. I think it was his show from yesterday. Check out Crypto Blood's channel. Frequent, like we've seen him on Gentleman of Crypto before, right? Fellow Detroiter. Yeah, so he was going over this and said Waters Above, I've mentioned that guy before, said that there would be some liquidation. Crazy. Liquidation happened yesterday. So will there be further liquidation? I don't think so. I think this might be it. Maybe a little bit more. I don't think we get down to, though. I don't. Ace does, but I'm not. I really don't think so. Yeah, I think it's up and away. Like once these things get approved, because look, that kind of leads us into our next story here. Michael Saylor to sell 216 million in MicroStrategy stock options and buy more Bitcoin. Saylor's been just loading up on Bitcoin. I mean, what does that say, right? Of course, this was the guy that bought Bitcoin at the high last year or last bull run, right? But let's wait 30 seconds and see if anybody knows the significance of the number 216. I'll keep going and I'll see if we got any comments where anybody knows the significance of the numbers 216. Okay, these people, I'm telling you, these numbers, they tell you exactly what team they're on, bro. They tell you. They sure tell you. So yeah, not only did he sell, Kathy Wood dumped all her grayscale. So are these people just saying, like it seems to me they're ready to buy more Bitcoin? Well, Saylor did it. How Saylor can do it and other people really can't. I don't know how they work that out, where his company can buy Bitcoin and other companies really just can't. Really, I don't know how that works. But seems to me like Kathy Wood just dumped her grayscale, her grayscale, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think the deadline for Kathy Wood's approval is January 10th. Okay, so keep that in mind. Just remember I said that is January 10th. So we should have something within the next week, okay, about really what's happening, because I think the deadline for her stuff is the SEC needs to let her know by January 10th. Okay, so keep that in mind. And let me see if anybody got it while I'll just have to remember where it was in the comments. Okay. Let me see if anybody got it. Okay, nobody. So I'm just gonna say it. So the significance of that number. Let me just make sure. So I'm not telling the fib here. We'll bring up the old trusty calculator. Okay, bring up the whole trusty calculator. Hope y'all can see that. 6 times 6 times 6. What do you know? Good old 216. So 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Or maybe that's just a coincidence, guys. I don't know. Could have chosen anything, but he chose 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6. Gotta love that. Okay. Gotta love that. Let me go ahead and kill our chat or our Telegram here. Shout out to the Telegram. Definitely come on over to Telegram. We just keep growing. 139 members strong now. We got people in here offering alpha for BRC20s, for airdrops and test nets. I'm trying to bone myself up on that a little bit more. Shout out to Crypto in Focus. Shout out to Stranger. I'm sorry. Shout out to Crypto in Focus. That is Stranger. Shout out to Sniper 4. Shout out to Tyson. Shout out to Courtney Johnson. A whole bunch of people providing alpha for that and airdrops and test nets. Shout out to the people like Kid Gravo and others who are in the conspiracy chat. It's always popping in there. Shout out to E and others who contribute to stocks. Nick Cannon, that's his name in there. I don't think it's the real Nick Cannon, but you know, that's his name in there. NFTs, we got NFT space, content drops, and anime space because that's what I'm into. So yeah, shout out to the Telegram. I'm gonna close this right quick because we keep getting tons and tons of messages and they're distracting me. Wowzers. Okay, back over here. So yeah, good old 6 times 6 times 6 over there. Think this is a game, but these guys, boy. Where were we? Okay, I think we're about right here. Okay. We'll be back to 32K soon. I don't know. When do you agree? Okay. The BTC ETF feels like the XRP bullish cheerleading. That's hilarious, Stan. Bitcoin going to become the future over time, 100%. Richard Judge going to be a world reserve currency for sure. Bitcoin ETF is just FOMO to get wrecked retail traders again. Real wide, amen. Big money has already been in on Bitcoin. Look at the past headlines. The media is pushing it, and look at the real news behind BTC ETF. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Ace, but it's something like there's some quote where somebody's like, the best money to invest, other people's money, or something like that. Like I think coming up, this is the time where if the ETF is approved, they can now invest other people's money when they couldn't do that before. So now you have it then call into the stock market as far as like people's retirement accounts, angel investors, maybe even going heavier. Because you got to think most of the general public is afraid of crypto. Most of them are afraid of it. So if you have now a BlackRock ETF, maybe even some of the old guard, some of the people that really believe that crypto is fake money or a scam, then the old guard comes over and actually says, okay, now I can invest in it. But I understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying because, again, we had Bhutan, a whole ass right country secretly mining Bitcoin, right? Like, if it wasn't going to be anything, they would have been secretly mining it. So obviously there have been people in that we probably don't even know are in, right? But now here comes the old institutional, like other people's money. Okay. And I think that's the thing. That's the thing for perception, to have people say, okay, this is different now. It's not just playtime now. It's not just funny money now. It's regulated, right? It's in the hand of regulated people like BlackRock. So yeah, that's the difference there. I already did check it later. Okay, yep. Okay, I'll check it for you. So Lance, no problem, bro. That's not 100% correct, Ruel. Okay, tell me what I didn't get correct, Ace. I appreciate your opinion. I know you're OG out here. You've been watching me for a while. Yeah, tell me what I missed there. I want to know what I if I fudged something. Flipping keys, Rude. Do they have to hold Bitcoin 1-to-1? The percentage I'm not sure about, because we do got the whole grayscale thing going on, where grayscale has Bitcoin in there. I really don't know the percentage. I don't know if they have to hold 1-to-1, but I know they did augment augmented their filing as far as BlackRock goes, where you can actually redeem your Bitcoin for cash if you want to. And I know that's one thing that people don't like about the grayscale one is because grayscale, there's no way for people to redeem. And there's sometimes where the grayscale stock has been out of line with the actual amount of Bitcoin in there. So I don't know. I don't know if they have to hold it 1-to-1. I did not research that, to be honest with you. But if anybody knows, please put it in the chat. Abundance, Drake L. Owens, abundance, bro. To both me and the chat, appreciate it, brother. All these big corporations are not buying BTC at high prices. Well, it depends on what you mean by high prices, bro. Here's my thought about it. If we think that Bitcoin is eventually $1 million a coin, let's just say that, then is 50K a high price, or whatever it's at right now, 42? Is that a high price? And I think that's the thing that I always that people need to look at. Like, okay, and this goes into, will it fall further? Okay, like, if you think it's going to fall further, if you really have doubts, I don't. But if you out there, well, let me put this in safer terms. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't want to be anyone's financial advisor. This is just what I do with my portfolio, right? If I have doubts, at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is navigate risk, right? So if I have doubts about something, I will say now, okay, I'm going to split risk. I'm only going to put in half of what I originally wanted to. So say I'm really bullish about this crypto and I have $200 to spend and I think it might go down. Okay, I'm only going to put in $100. Okay. And then I watch and see, and if it goes up past a certain point, then I put in my other $100. Or if it goes down, then hey, okay, I managed my risk and I end up saying, okay, it's going down. I'm still bullish on this. I either put in, the whole other 100, or I may say, okay, maybe it'll go down further. Let me split my risk again. I'm only going to put in 50 now. So that's personally how I manage risk. Because what you don't want to be, going back to the chart, what you don't want to be is the guy that kept waiting, and then it's up to 71, right? And what's that guy? I think his name is like Il Capo, like that. He's been saying that Bitcoin is going to go down since like 15K. Like, imagine that guy, right? You've been harping that Bitcoin would go down since 15K, and it's literally like it's tripled. It went up to like 45, right? So it literally tripled. When at this point, if Bitcoin had gone down to 13K or 12K, so you risked waiting at this point for an extra 2,000, 3,000 when you could have had a 3x. So in cases like that, that's why I always think it's good to say, okay, if you follow what I just told you, that strategy. All right, it's already at 12. It's already at, what was it? 15. It's already at 15. Okay, maybe I'm in a camp. I think it's going to go lower. Okay, it's already in 15. I'm going to manage my risk here and only put in half of what I have because I think it's going to go lower, right? So I put in my half and then say at like 20K, I'm like, okay, all right, it doesn't look like it's going to go lower, but I still think it might. I'm going to put in half of that half. And you just keep going that way until, okay, now it's up to 45. And I really think, okay, it's really been on a heater. We probably need to pull back. Okay, and then I can take profit. But if I was here and still waiting at 15K, I have no, like, okay, it's already at 45. Like, I have no outs. I have no options at that point. Like, that's the hard part. And one of the things, shout out to CryptoVisor, one of the things he says is like, okay, again, like, what was the difference when you're here at 15 that you're going to buy it at 15 or you're going to buy it at 12? Like, there's no difference. Literally, there's not too much difference of that if you're looking here at 45, right? There just isn't. It seems like a big difference at 15, right? But again, that's why I say, okay, just split your risk. That's the easiest way, right? To just split your risk that way. That's what I practice. But again, like, if we think that Bitcoin's going to be $1 million asset, of course, 15 would have been greatest. But if you think Bitcoin's going to be $1 million asset, why not at 42? Why not? Of course, some people probably got it at 40 with that fake report. They know that they can manipulate news. They control the news, right? So I'm sure some people probably got in at 40 yesterday. Shout out to Mainly Music. What's up, bro? Because there is a limited supply and these institutions will buy a lot and it helps with adoption legitimacy. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And that's another thing. And that kind of goes into what we're seeing a lot lately. A lot of these limited supply tokens have been just gobbled up from like well, BSV, shout out to BSV, all the BSV people out there, right? TRB one had this one like shot up. Like, there's just too many of them to mention, but I'll mention TRB. That was one. Quant even went up 50%. This one had gone up to like $500, and like this was the most insane move to pull back this much. I really don't understand what happened here. But let's go over to the last month. So yeah, so this went up to like $500 or $600 only to pull all the way back here. I literally don't understand that. Like literally like 500 million or more dollars just all of a sudden went in there and went out. Like I don't get it. But limited supply tokens like these have been gobbled up. So Trias, there's so many to name. Like, and we've been covering it. We've been covering it on Patreon, Tectum. Like, there's so many tokens. And Tectum probably is still a bargain at 20, but so many tokens like this with the limited supply have been just kind of, in an actual story, have been gobbled up. To me, that just says that we're gonna keep going. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. You can't tell me these funds are going to bring boomer retirement money into the market and instantly dump on them. Makes no sense. Instantly dump on what? I'm sorry, say that again, Crypto in Focus. I'm thinking they're going to bring the boomer retirement money into the stock market, but that's once this ETF is approved. And then that's going to be diamond hands, right? I can't compare the last bull run when people had a bunch of free money to play with. But see, that's the thing. Now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People have free money to play with last bull run, but this bull run, it's not going to matter because it's institutional money. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And if you look at it, just like, and again, like this is kind of, woo-woo stuff. People don't pay attention to this stuff. But there's stuff behind this. Like, that's just not a coincidence. And you look at a certain number of these logos, you can tell that blockchain. You can tell that people kind of know what's going on. Like a certain group of people are behind certain things, if you know what I mean. Look at that Blockbank logo, and there are a couple logos that look like this Blockbank logo, right? Where you got the 666, right? Interestingly enough, if you guys are not aware, www basically means 666 too, because the W is it's hard to explain because it's in a different language. I forget what the two letters are that a W represents, but you could also break a W into the letter that represents W. You could break into 3 threes. That's also, you can see that in the Phoenician language. But anyways, www is 666. If you look at the WWE logo, it's W's that kind of look like this Blockbank logo. You can see 3 W's in the block, like you can see 3 6s here. You can see 3 W's in the WWF logo. So these people are definitely pointing out what team they're on, right? And all of that to say, the plan has always been to move us from American dollars to crypto, and Bitcoin is part of that plan. To say it pretty bluntly, I guess. What's up, Crypt Work? KW1. LOL. It was a bunch of fake news about the ETF. People believe anything on Twitter. It's, man. Well, they say that it was fake news. It kind of was, and it wasn't, because they were like, oh, there's no reason for ETF approval, and then all of a sudden things go down. Like, I'm not sure how they plan these and plot these, but yeah, man, it's crazy. And they've been having a whole bunch of news lately. Like, they had a fake ETF approval news, and it's just like King and Zay say, like, I don't believe some of these hacks. I believe, they say they're hacks, but seems a little fishy. Yeah, Saylor might have the worst overall BTC buy-in, but when you really look at it, was he wrong? Was he really wrong? Because if you look at Bitcoin and you look at the inflation in the dollar, then he really got Bitcoin at a discount, because that dollar that he bought it with, like, if he had that same dollar right now, that dollar would be worth less. So really, I think he kind of, yeah, he does have the worst buy-in, but since that money wasn't going to be worth the same thing it was, in 2020, now here in 2024, I think he kind of did good. If you look at it that way. Take care, Real Black. Keep bringing the knowledge and crypto to the people. Blessings. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you, brother. Been following me. You just like Ace, I think, have been following me since the Benzinga days. Very much appreciate you, brother. You're almost in all of my streams. Have a good one, brother, and have a blessed and prosperous year. I wish that for you, brother. And yeah, thank you, brother, for coming through. I appreciate you. Kathy Wood sold 100% of her Bitcoin exposure. Yep. And that brings us to another point. Okay. So I know me and E, we've been talking about these Bitcoin ETF, these Bitcoin stocks, right? So maybe these Bitcoin stocks might not go up as far as we think they're going to go up, because a lot of the organizations, instead of having CleanSpark, instead of having MicroStrategy, they're now going to just buy the Bitcoin ETF, or instead of buying the Bitcoin ETF, they're actually going to have an ETF. So some of these prices that we think we may see for these Bitcoin miners may not get that high this time, because now it's going to an ETF, and now these companies are going to buy an ETF. Okay, so that's something to note. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if you want to go as far as like shorting MicroStrategy or shorting one of these stocks. I wouldn't do that, but because the price of Bitcoin is going to go, and they own Bitcoin through the mining. I don't know that I would short any of them, but I just don't think that they're going to go as high as we think they're going to go this time. So that's something really to keep in mind when you're thinking about investing in MicroStrategy, investing in CleanSpark, investing in Mara, investing in Riot. They may not go quite as high as we think they're going to go, because of the ETF, and because these places are now going to have their own ETF. Like, of course, Kathy Wood sold all her Grayscale because she's about to now buy Bitcoin, right? And have her own ETF. So she doesn't need it. And of course, Michael Saylor sold some of his stock, because his stock, when you compare it to Bitcoin, probably isn't going to have as much of an X as it would when people in the stock market kind of had to buy his stock if they want exposure to Bitcoin. They can just go buy an ETF from Kathy Wood or BlackRock now. So, okay, then he'll just go and buy more Bitcoin. Okay, so that is something to keep in mind, and I thought I should mention that. I don't know why I got kicked out of your Telegram. I guess somebody gave me the boot. No, there were like 70 people that got kicked out of my Telegram randomly one day. Me and E were just talking, like, did you do that? Did you do that? No. He's like, I ain't do it either. And I don't know what happened. I don't know why Telegram randomly decided to kick out 70 of my members. And we were going real strong too. And it took us a while to get those members back. So, and every now and again, it happens that somebody can't talk in this chat, or somebody got kicked out of the group this way or that way. I don't know, bro. I don't know what they do to my little group. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. But yeah, just let us know. Just let either me or E know. I hate to be conspiratorial with my group, but it's just ridiculous. I don't get it, bro. I don't get why we get all these problems. I just don't understand it. especially how randomly 70 people all at once just got kicked out. I didn't do that. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know why this keeps happening to my group. It's a little frustrating. Just trying to spread the good crypto word. Just trying to let people know a little bit about how they've been brainwashed, right? You know, Jesus. Can I give people truth, please? Not bothering nobody, you know. I need an article about Hatusi's mining Bitcoin. And oh, you read an article about that? Please, Crypto in Focus. If you can post that in Telegram, because I know you're in the Telegram, please post that. I would love to have that article. The existing ones in the US were all just futures ETFs, right? Yes, that's correct. Shook Focus Digital. Be sure to check out Shook's channel too. I don't think Bitcoin reaches 1 million before dollar devaluation. Ooh, that's a pretty nice take right there. I like that. I like that. They keep calling for a level playing field. What's up, RA? What's up, fam? How you doing? Come on, BTC will get in there in time. Keep accumulating BTC. Tell your kids to accumulate BTC. Bro, check out Methods under the radar limited supply. Yep, and that was another limited supply one that ran. So like that's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure who just said that, but let me bring that up. So limited to supply could been running like crazy, bro. Methods is one of them. Moon River is another one. God, Keeper 123 or something like that, 312 or something. All limited supply cryptos have been just crazy talk running. So this went from like December 12th, where it was just chilling at $23, all the way up to $84. All up to December 21, right? You could have had this at $28 and had yourself a multiple X. I know I mentioned this in a show a couple times. This is the one. This is like the only one I mentioned kind of in the show. I've mentioned it in the Patreon before, but specifically I mentioned this in the show a couple times. So that's one. There's so many of them like that. So if you see a crypto that has kind of like this type of supply, this type of limited supply, man, forget about it. Like, and it actually has a purpose, you might want to invest. To the users, to the Patreon, Auto No Loss, guys, definitely got to check this one out. This is basically like they kind of tout themselves as anything you need to start a crypto, we got it. Like an Oracle, whatever. This is supposed to be multi-platform. It's Solana and a whole bunch of other platforms. I think Solana, ETH, and some other platform. But definitely check this out. Like, and I see like diamond hand wallets holding this. So I definitely believe this is going to be over 7. And if you kind of look at it, say total supply is 536 mil, but if you look at the circulating supply, it's another one of those that's under, so 47.61 mil. So it is in short supply at the moment. Okay. And like I said, multi-platform. If we go down here, you see that Ethereum address. You see they're about to get it on Jupiter for Solana. Like, so this is another kind of limited supply crypto. Oh, another one we saw was BitTensor. Wow, that one went up to like $350 or $400, right? Definitely, if you haven't already, check out Plus. I would go to the website, but I'm not going to right now. Another one. This is like, it sounds very promising. Agora's currency of Tau. I sincerely wish I was in on this before it went to where it is right now, because you could have had this for like 30 cents and it's like now for something dollars. Total supply 42 million. They're calling this kind of the next. Oh, okay, $5.23. They're calling this like the next BitTensor, and they're trying to do like software as sentences. Can you believe that? As a software engineer, what generally happens with software is you get like software requirements and develop code. So they're trying to take an actual software requirement as a sentence and generate software. If they can get that done, bro, like the sky is the limit, bro. The sky is the limit. But yeah, I wish I was right in here at that 20 cents area. Oh, that would have been golden. But anyways, I got in around like $3, something like dollars, and I told the patrons about this, and they could have had a 2x at $3. But I firmly believe this is going to be one of those ones that you need to hold on to. It's going to be like BitTensor, where it one day reaches those 300 areas, at least definitely the $100 area. So like like their wallets holding on to this too, like straight holding on. So yeah, those are two examples that the patrons got. Happy New Year. That oops. That was a response to the guy who asked why BTC will go up because of the ETF. Oh, that's Ace. Ace is a very intelligent guy, and a long time watcher. I understand where he's coming from, in that, hey, people have known about Bitcoin for a long time now. Like, we know that there are people that, like the Elon Musks and the Teslas and the Squares. We know that there are people and companies that own and have Bitcoin. I think just when you get into the crypto market, you get into your like silo and you forget there are people out there that are scared of crypto, and there are people out there believing the message, right? There are people out there that really believe that crypto's like, why would I invest in crypto? Like, there are people that still like that here in 2024. Like, it's crazy. There are publicly traded companies investing in crypto, and there are people's like, crypto? Are you kidding? It's not regulated. I love saying it's not regulated, because that's like the funniest thing in the world when you look at like HBAR and see that they're owned and governed by like 6 Fortune 500 companies, but nobody knows about HBAR, right? Nobody knows. Like, you're lucky if they know just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, if they know Ethereum, like, wow. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, and HBAR, like, no, if you're super lucky, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, right? But that's it. And yeah, like, most people are scared of it, and that just means that the hype machine has done a good job, right? They've done a good job of scaring people away from crypto with FTX and all these other things, but as we know, once the institutions come in, then people will really feel good about it, because we have to just remember that the point is we're transitioning to this crypto age. Like, we're moving completely away from fiat. American dollar is, excuse me, guys, run its course. It's been over 100 years. Currencies generally only have 100-year shelf life, if that, right? It's time for it to move over, and they have less control with cash. So here it is to move to crypto. And I know they're scaring people with CBDCs, but I think CBDCs will eventually be the next thing once they get people okay enough with crypto, even though I know they're using CBDCs in China right now. But yeah, that's just a little tiny mini rant there. Hey, Ru, what do you think about SOS DAO? I saw that was moving today. I got airdropped some of that for something. I think it was like having something on OpenSea. I don't have any opinion on it. I had to do some research on it, so I have to write that down. Let me see. And CryptWork, just let me know if this is the actual same SOS that you're talking about. So I know I got airdrop tokens for SOS. They're still just sitting in my wallet. I should have cashed them out immediately, but I think this is the one you're talking about. And I think this is the one where everybody got airdrop tokens from OpenSea, I believe. That's a very low market cap. So when I see the low market caps like that, I swear I start salivating, bro. Like, let me stop, bro. Oh God, I swear, it's like it's really a nice thing. Let me just stop right there. So yeah, when I see low market caps like this, I think anything can move. When it's under like 10 million, I think anything can move at that point. I was about to say something lewd. I had to stop myself. But yeah, let's I think, yeah, so just off of that alone, I know this is like huge supply, right? 100 trillion. Generally only payment cryptos are that big, but just off of that, and just because of the low market cap, hey, I think it's worth a shot. But I'll have to do some deeper reason than just that. And just confirm for me though, CryptWork, that's the one. And to write this down. Okay. I think these ETF funds aren't all going to come in one day. Yep. And that was something that Crypto Blood was talking about. He said, a shout out again to Crypto Blood. He was talking about, he's like, okay, some firm, I think it was like Global Galaxy or something like that, estimated that 14 trillion would come in this year. And remember, we heard Mark Yusko and others say, okay, BlackRock's doing 30 trillion just by themselves. That's what I heard him say. Yusko, I believe he said that BlackRock would do 30 trillion. So whoever Crypto Blood was listening to that said 14 trillion, that might even just be an understatement. And that's just this year. What about the slow movers? What about people in other countries that are like, okay, this worked out well for them. We just wanted to wait and see how they did it. Okay, let's get a Bitcoin ETF too now and offer it to our people. So Yeah, bro. That's a good point. All these institutions will aim for the right to for buying opportunities for their people. In my opinion, 100%. 100%. And I think I don't know if they're gonna approve ARK Invest first. I think they have to, but it would make sense to me that BlackRock got to go first, and then everybody else is kind of getting their sloppy seconds, if you will. So like BlackRock gets the benefit from everybody else having to go after them. Um, but we'll see. Maybe it's ARK Invest first. I was saying institutions won't bring boomer retirement money into crypto. Um, then let the market tank. Got you, got you, got you. They definitely won't. They definitely won't. Um, but it's part of that conversion, right? If we really think, and I do think that everything will eventually be turned over to crypto, and we've had so many examples of that, right? Like if we go again, we've looked at it on this channel. We should know more than most people, right? R3's Corda chain, where all the banks are connected to that, all the clearinghouses. Shout out to Mainly Music in the chat for telling us about DTCC. And I did some further research on DTCC. DTCC is where all of the stock, because when you buy stocks, you're supposed to get a certificate, just like you would money, right? Or our money, when it was worth something, it's not worth anything anymore. It's not legal tender. But like saying that our money was actually legal tender, and you could go and take your dollar and redeem it for a piece of gold or silver. Our stock certificate notes are all owned by DTCC. They have them. So DTCC, they like have everything. They own everything, truthfully. And they're attached to R3 Corda, this private blockchain that you really only have exposure to if you own XDC. These are all the biggest, when you throw in DTCC, the World Bank, Wells Fargo, NASDAQ, HSBC, SBI, which we know Rothschild owns XRP, and it's through this entity, Goldman Sachs. Like we know this is where they're going, right? And everything, including Hedera, including Alliance Block, including Quant, has a connection to this private blockchain. This is where all the money is going. So in that conversion, right, they have to convert over to Bitcoin. Or I say they have to. Like it's already planned. It's already in motion. Not like they have to because they don't have to do anything. But it was always the plan is the thing that I think we sometimes forget in the flow of everything. It was always the plan to do it this way. Like R3 Corda has been around for a long time, and Ethereum decided to, JP Morgan decided to go basically buy Ethereum and break off from these guys. So it was always the plot, right? And I think Mark Yusko on his very candid interview with 3T Warrior Academy, shout out to those guys. That's kind of what he was alluding to when he was talking about the Medicis and he was talking about BlackRock knows what's going on. Larry played his part. Like people played their part. Like that's what he was alluding to. Like they played their part and said that crypto was fake and all of this, but they knew all along where it was going to be. That's what he was basically saying without saying it. Like they knew where this was headed, but they knew exactly where this was headed. But they had to play the game until we got there, right? What's up, Honda Trump AI? What's up, L. Wright Senior? Another long time watcher, bro. Appreciate you. Not only, and yeah, Sugar's been around since the Benzinga days too. Not only does she not need it, but she was profitable if she was in over the last year, and she can buy the benefit of the sell it costs. Yeah, like, and it's crazy to me how they can tax loss harvest, and every year she has like a net loss on her books when she didn't, Kathy Wood didn't lose, like, and you look at some of the stocks that she's like left like in shambles, like, she made bank. Like, 'cause I was on Benzinga, and one time one guy, it was another little stockbroker house guy, like he was a stockbroker for another like company or whatever. He was pissed at like Kathy, and I was like, why is he so mad at her? And I understand that now. I kind of understand that now. It seems like Kathy gets some advantages that other people do not get, right? Like ARK Invest, they're able to put out a newsletter. They're kind of able to kind of telegraph to the public what they're buying. And I could see why, if you're another stockbroker at another like firm, like you're pissed about that, because, and then no disrespect to Kathy, none at all, but I kind of see why that guy was really pissed off now, when like that time I really didn't get it, but I get it now. I keep losing my spot in here. You know why we get these problems? Yeah, I do, bro. I do. And I just can't. I need to get that Rumble channel going. Maybe this weekend, right? I still have the Rokfin, and shout out to the guys at Rokfin, but I need to start integrating more conspiracy into those channels and just keeping it off of here. That's what I need to do. But yeah, I know why we get these problems, bro. The truth is scarier than fiction. Can you talk about good BRC20s to get in? Yeah, we can talk a little bit about BRC20. At this point in time, I'm boning up myself on BRC20s. I have not completely gotten to where I want to go with BRC20s. And then we also have SRC20s coming out. Definitely look at those too. And those are like Stacks version of BRC20s on the Stacks network. So those are also coming out too. Speaking about what's the next it sector? Like BRC20s, we've been over that and we've been covering that. And the interoperability with BRC20s is definitely where you want to be right now. Um, and any project that you see that is kind of interoperable with BRC20s to Ethereum, anything that's kind of like that, Bitcoin to Ethereum, Stacks, Internet Computer, all of these guys, they are going to go. Okay. So that's kind of my thing with BRC20s right now, as I kind of bone up on it more. But yeah, I brought you guys Mubi when it was at to the patrons it was 2.5 cents, but you can see it right here. First ever dual. Of course, it will move when we do this here. Oh, sorry guys. First ever dual-sided bridge. That's easy cross-chain transfers between BRC20 and ERC20 tokens, promoting unmatched liquidity. These tokens, multi-bit, heightens cross-chain interoperability. Our mission is simple. So there are a lot of different coins that are going this route. And we've been over some of them. Those are the ones that I'm focused on right now. But if we to go over here and kind of click on this tag, which anyone can go click on this tag through multi-bit. I'd say whoever asked that question, I'd say come over to our chat because we're trying to really bone ourselves up on BRC20s, and to look at this list right here, this getting in it at this time, these right here would be late. We really want to try to get into them before they're even listed on CoinMarket. Of course, if we can get one that has a low market, market cap, that might be great. That actually has a story behind it. But we're trying to bone up on good resources to follow, and some of those resources were already in the Telegram. So honestly, I would suggest clicking on the link in the description in our Telegram and go thumbing through our BRC20 list and our BRC chat room, because there may be alpha there where you can go look at people who are actually trying to get these projects while they're on Unisat, okay? While they're on Alex, okay? So that would be my suggestion there. Because really we want to kind of grab them before they're known. But if we can come over here on Unisat and look right quick, like we want to really kind of grab them when they're here. Or from Alex, right? The Sat Hunts, I know this is Francis Dune's project. That one's kind of going crazy right now. And that is one that they shared in our chat room. So this is you definitely want to be in our chat. It's completely free. And I think he shared it. Somebody in our chat shared it like seriously like 2 hours or so after he posted this. So really good stuff there. And then the SRC20s. I forget where you got to go for the SRC20s. I was on a site not too long ago. It's in our chat room, guys. I suggest you come over there. Ooh, I'm losing my voice. I might have to grab some water to finish this show. What's up, Crypto Blood? I was just talking about you, brother. Spreading your praises on your show last couple days. Thanks for coming through, bro. I appreciate it. I'm up here missing chats. Let's see. So yeah, Drake Owens, come on through and look at our chat room. You might already be in there. I think you already in there. I just don't remember your name in there. Yes, that's it. Okay. Room to go up, and it's been moving. Appreciate you coming through, Crypto Blood. So we went going like now for 1 hour and 20. Your boy is about to get some food and relax a little bit. Be sure to catch me on Saturday, guys. Be sure to catch Crypto Blood over there too, and King and Zay, because we are on the Gentlemen of Crypto Network right now. And I already mentioned everybody on this channel. Great shows on this channel. Very much love the shows on this channel. But yeah, guys, catch us on Saturday at 10ish Mountain Standard Time. And we're out. Peace, guys. I'll catch you later.